All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the 210 show. Tonight we have a pretty cool pod for you today. It's probably going to be a little bit longer than what you're normally used to. We're going to talk about some college football, some NBA, and some NFL. But before we dive into those topics, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves.
The hater of facts is in the house.
Mr. Raider.
And I'm Woo Pig Suey.
All right, well, let's kick things off with college football. Woo Pig, take it away.
All right, well, so we're recording this a little late, but we can go over last week's games. There weren't too many upsets last week, but some of the big ones. The first one I want to talk about, Friday night, Louisville lost to Clemson. So Clemson came into the game unranked while Louisville was number 20, and Clemson was able to squeak out a 20-19 win. So that drops Louisville out of the top 25. And more importantly, their chances at an ACC title have been kind of squashed. So the only reason I really wanted to bring this one up was everybody had Louisville being in the ACC championship game with the potential going on to, the playoffs. But honestly, I think Miami is the one to look at. So if I had to put in my guess, I think Miami's going to be in the championship and possibly in the playoffs, taking up that ACC spot.
I think you might be right.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. Good on Clemson. They've had a not a great season this year. Dabo's been under a lot of pressure, so maybe this helps takes a little bit of the pressure off of him.
Where were they ranked pre-season, during the preseason? Do you remember? I don't remember.
I don't remember. It was in the top 25 for sure. They were supposed to have a pretty good season, and this hasn't worked out well. I think it's because
Louisville or Clemson?
For Clemson, yeah.
They
Dabo.
were. Oh yeah, give me a second. I can tell you. They were preseason. They were number 4.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dabo has not adjusted to this new NIL transfer portal world. He
refuses to.
Yeah, he refuses to do it. He refuses to play players the way that the players are being played right now. And this one, I have a hard time faulting him for, but his opinion is he's never going to force a player to go into the transfer portal. If he recruits you and you come to Clemson, you can play there all 4 years if you want to. He believes in player development and not abandoning kids. And I completely applaud him for that. Unfortunately, the teams that are winning, if you don't produce in a couple years, they tell you here's the transfer portal. Good luck wherever you head. So I think those two things are going to keep Dabo from really reclaiming that top coaching position. I think he's a hell of a coach. I just think that if he doesn't adjust to the new reality, it's going to be hard on him. So
I think so too, but I think his boosters are pushing him to accept it. So, because he's kind of changed his tone a little bit on that stuff.
Well, he's going to have to. I mean, the proof's in the pudding. So
yeah.
We'll see what goes. So, all right. So next game we want to talk about. This one was Texas A&M. So they were able to pull out a squeaker against South Carolina. So South Carolina was unranked, going to Texas A&M. And I saw the score at halftime. The score at halftime was 30-3, and I was like, "Dang, Texas A&M is done." I was like, they're just gonna blow away that number 3 ranking to an unranked Carolina. I was like, that's ridiculous. And then I went on to do some other stuff, and all of a sudden I got a text where somebody was like, "Man, that was quite a comeback from Texas A&M," and I was like, "No way." I had to look it up, and sure enough, second half, Texas A&M kept, they came storming back, scored 28 points in the second half, 27 points in the second half, and ended up beating South Carolina 31-30. So this is the largest comeback in program history for Texas A&M. So congrats to them. And man, it's got to be a gut punch to South Carolina, who's had kind of a disappointing season. So this would have been, something for the fans to shout about. Hey man, good on Texas A&M to come back from that kind of deficit. Sometimes you got to get lucky, and sometimes you got to make your own luck. So
yeah, because if they would have lost, they would have been right around the top 10.
Yeah, Yeah, they would have been right around the top 10, potentially right outside looking in.
Yep.
So good on them. They still got a couple hard games going forward. I think they have to play Texas next, I believe. Let me
A&M,
look.
yes.
Yeah, Texas A&M. Is
Yeah.
their next game Texas?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, yeah. So that's going to be a fun one to see. So
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So if Texas wins that game, they're going to try to push to get Texas in the playoff at
I don't think so.
8-3.
Yeah, but Texas lost to Georgia in convincing fashion. That's the next game we're going to talk about. Number 10 Texas lost to number 5 Georgia,
Mhm.
and it was a beatdown. Georgia beat them 35-10. So Texas has dropped all the way down to number 17. Even a win against Texas A&M, I don't think they're going to get within the top 10. I think that their chances are done. I know last pod we talked about Oklahoma and Texas were right outside. Oklahoma's been putting into work. So now they're in the top 10.
Yeah, Oklahoma's a lock at this point. Like, they beat Alabama. They beat
Missouri just now.
Yep. So,
So,
yeah, they're good.
yeah. So, yeah, Texas, they looked piss poor against Georgia. The quarterback, Gunnar Stockton for Georgia, he had 5 touchdowns,
Yeah.
4 passing, 1 rushing.
That's the
And
best I've ever seen him look. Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
ugh,
Yeah.
he's not that good.
yeah. So, I mean, Texas had a bounce back. They just played my beloved Hogs and scored 52 on us. So, but my Hogs, we have 0 defense. I don't even know if we have anybody that actually dresses on defense. I think they just put dummies out there. But I mean, but even then, my Hogs scored I think 37 against them this
They
week.
did.
So
Yes. Yeah.
Texas has got some issues on defense as well, which that used to be their strong point. Coming into this year, I thought they had one of the best defenses in the league, but something has happened in the last 2 or 3 weeks where their defense has started to slip. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe they've had injuries or what, but they're gonna have to get right because they're probably gonna have like a New Year's Eve bowl, something like
Yeah.
that. They're gonna have a big bowl. They're gonna get
Yeah.
to play. So, all right. Speaking about Oklahoma, like we said earlier, number 11 Oklahoma beat number 4 Alabama, and it was a close game, but Oklahoma ended up winning 23-21. Oklahoma's defense held strong in a road atmosphere, and they delivered that 2-point win. So good on them. It dropped Alabama down to number 10.
Yep.
So they're
Mhm.
the outside looking in. And now I think Oklahoma's number 8 in the country.
Yes.
So
Yep.
good on them. They control their destiny at this point because I don't know who they end with. They end with LSU. So that they should win that game easily.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
LSU is not looking great. I mean, they fired their coach. Obviously, they're in chaos right now. So as long as they can hold out against LSU, they should be in the playoffs. So good for them.
Yeah.
And
What's interesting about that, right? So next week, Ole Miss is in the Egg Bowl against Mississippi State, right?
yeah,
And I think that's a Friday, right? And then
yeah.
Oklahoma plays LSU that Saturday. So I'm curious, like, if it be a game.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yo,
don't
Checking out the
know.
Friday
facilities and stuff.
next Friday is gonna be a huge day for college football, though, if you think about it. You
Oh
got all those
yeah.
matchups, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next Saturday is separation day for everybody.
Well, it starts
It's
Friday. I think that Texas and
right.
Texas A&M game is on Friday. I forget who else is playing, but I know
Um,
it's several other ranked
Well,
teams too.
I can tell you right now, Alabama, they are like next week. Every single Bama fan is going to be watching all the teams ahead of them because Bama ends the year playing Auburn.
Auburn.
That's
Yep.
not going to help them at all, right?
No.
They could beat them 52-0, and it's not going to get them any boost in the rankings. So that means they have to have somebody above them lose.
Yeah.
Like Ole Miss or Texas Tech or Oklahoma, Notre Dame, which I don't even know if Notre Dame plays who they play. They play Stanford, so
Oh,
that's
please. Yeah.
so
Practice.
yeah, they're in a world of hurt right now unless one of these teams ahead of them lose, and I can't see anybody like everybody's got. I mean, Georgia's playing Georgia Tech,
Yeah.
but I don't think that that's really. I mean, honestly, Texas A&M probably the biggest one may, but even then, if Texas Tech or Ohio State lost, they're not going to drop out of the top 10, so that doesn't help them. They really need like somebody from like 5 down to
Like
lose.
BYU or Indiana or
Yeah.
some shit.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, but the Alabama might be the last loser or the first loser.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Actually, that wouldn't hurt them because BYU is number 11, so I don't think that would help them at all if they lost. If BYU lost. Well,
Yeah.
I liked where your mind was, though. You know, you got the right mindset. All right, last game, little shout out. USC, number 17 USC beat number 21 Iowa. USC won 26-21. But I think you only moved up one spot, or maybe you stayed at number 17.
We moved up one.
You moved up one? Yeah. So you know, good game. Unfortunately, that we're recording this on Saturday. So we've seen what happened this week against Oregon. So
Yeah.
my apologies, you know.
Look like poo, poo, poo. I don't understand this. Like, how do you show up to that game and you know this is basically a playoff game
Yeah.
and your defense shits the bed? And Maeva threw 2 picks, which is kind of unheard of for him. I think he only has a total of 3 or 4 picks for the year now, actually. So he takes care of the ball. So I don't know what the hell happened, man. I was frustrated, disappointed, and heartbroken after this game. But at least we'll get like an Orange Bowl or something for a Peach Bowl.
Yeah. But it's kind of heartbreaking though, because had you beaten Oregon, I think you might have cracked the top 10.
I think we would have too. I really do.
know?
I think because you would have had to put us before BYU at least because we played more. Our strength of schedule is harder, in my opinion, than BYU's is.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say that one pick for that, the first pick that Maeva threw, but that was just a hell of a play by the corner, man. Like, I was like, you know, that's
it was.
There's nothing you can do about that, right? But as far as the defensive performance was very, very poor today. But
which is strange because we've had a solid defense. I mean, maybe not one of the best, but definitely a good defense throughout the year. So I was kind of disappointed to see them not show up for this game because this is like big time game for us. But
but I mean, as far as like through the years, your defenses that normally have come out like this has been a vast improvement. Like, especially in the in the stinking Lincoln era. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
definitely.
Yeah. But
so what about your Michigan there, Hater?
What about it? What
next week? Are you
okay.
guys going to put it on Ohio State?
Oh, boy.
See, this is the difference between me and other people. I'm going to be a Michigan Wolverine fan come next week. I need them to beat Ohio State. And Hater, you and I, ever since we've known each other, I've always told you, hey, this weekend I'm a Michigan fan. You remember?
Yeah. Yep. I do. I do. Look, I was really hoping we wouldn't talk about this today, but
you guys can bring it up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we don't have Monster here to talk about Ohio State or anything, but I'll be honest, with the way we have looked all season, I don't have the highest hopes in the world. I don't even think in their game today, like they played Rutgers today, and I don't even think like Jeremiah Smith or Cornell Tate played. So more than likely they're gonna play. They'll play next week. So they'll have all their horses ready to go, and I just don't know if our offense can keep up, to be honest.
What are y'all?
Both our running backs are hurt. Yeah, we're 8. Yeah, we're 8-2.
Oh,
and we're 8-2. But the problem is, the offense has been so.
You're 9-2.
Oh, 9-2. Okay, yeah. 9-2, but the way we played on offense has not been very consistent all year. I don't feel that I don't know if Underwood is ready for this stage, and unfortunately, is at home. And the worst part about all of this is the fact that I'm gonna be nice. We're on airwaves. Their defensive coordinator, Matt Patricia, gets to come back to the state of Michigan and do something to us again. That is what's going to irk me more than anything. Him and his dumbass pencil is going to do something. I don't want it. I don't want it, but it's probably going to happen. The streak will probably be broken, and it's going to suck. I don't have much high hopes right now. I really
Well,
don't.
I'll say this. I'll say this.
Go ahead.
I'll say this right here. Michigan, Ohio State, Auburn, Alabama, Texas A&M. There's a couple of those rivalries out there. Like, it doesn't matter what either team is ranked. It's kind of like no hold barred, by the time that the game comes around. So you never really can tell with Michigan, Ohio State, like, who's going to win. Like, there's been plenty of years where I'm like, oh, Ohio State or is going to beat the crap out of Michigan, or I'm like, oh, Michigan's going to beat the crap out of Ohio State. And it's usually a close game.
Yeah. And look, that was me last year. I didn't give us any hope last year, and they shocked the world last year. But it's very hard for me to see. There's nothing that I can hang my hat on. Like, defensively, we've been okay, but I mean, Ohio State hasn't really played anybody since Texas in week 1, really. So it's just like, I just know what they can bring to the table, but there have been no distractions and nothing like that. And unfortunately, that Bond villain, Ryan Day, has been, he's been in his bag the whole entire season. So I don't know. It's just that, the only thing I hope for is that Ryan Day just calls the game so dumb like he did last year and doesn't utilize the weapons that he has. That gives us a chance. But I seriously doubt he's going to do that, given the fact that they're the reigning national champions and all that stuff.
So you both had warm-up games. Like, you played Maryland and they played Rutgers. Sorry, yes. Tony.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Tony, what takes is he knows what his team is. Like, come on.
So you both had just
nobody loses to Rutgers.
Yeah. So you both had warm-up games. So,
but to be fair, the Rutgers game was at Ohio State. We actually went to Maryland, so there's that.
I'll tell you this right now: ESPN is being disrespectful as all shit to Michigan. They have their little matchup predictor. Guess what percentage chance they give Michigan of winning this game?
Oh, it's probably like 18%.
Close, 19.3%.
Yeah, see? Yeah, I'm not surprised, though.
That's just disrespectful. It's in your house.
I know, but again,
and it's not like you guys are trash. You're 9-2. You're ranked 18th in the country.
Context matters,
but they're giving Ohio State an 80% chance to win. That's just disrespectful.
Hey, look, again, how we played all season. The big games that we've been in, the Nebraska game for 1, the Oklahoma game for 2. Like, those were big games that we lost terribly. USC, we lost we beat Nebraska, but the USC game and the Oklahoma game, those were big embarrassments for us. And so I understand it. And it's nothing like the offense has come out there and put on tape that really gives you something to hang their hat on going into the game. I understand it. I get it. It will be the shock of the world again if that happens. And you know what? If we do beat them again, if we beat them again this time, I mean, it might be the last straw for Ryan Day. I don't know. I don't know if a national championship will help him. I don't know, dude. Like, it just look. It's so much of a thing. Like, I was talking to a guy at work this week about the Michigan Ohio State stuff, and he never mentioned that one time about the fact they won the national championship. Nothing. He's just mad about the fact that they have lost the last 5 matchups against us. That's it. That's all they care about. We're in their brains, bro, and rip free, and it's in there. Like, we got mortgage payments up in there, Like, it's bad. It's bad for them. So
I think Ohio State's some fool's gold this year. I really do. I think they're going to get bounced out of the first for they play in the playoff.
Hey, look, if they get Indiana, I 100% believe Indiana can take them out.
Who's the quality opponent that they've beaten this year? They've only beaten 1? quality
Texas
opponent?
count?
Does Texas count?
Yeah, because that's the only one.
I would say barely, but that's what I'm saying. Like, where's the quality of opponent that they've beaten? I don't.
The only ranked teams they have is Texas, Illinois, and us. That's it. Those are the only three.
Yeah, man. I think they're fool's gold. That's just my opinion. You know, they haven't been battle tested.
No.
Here's an interesting little hypothetical.
Okay.
Let's say that you beat Ohio State. So in that case, you have 8-0 Indiana at the top of your standings.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Ohio State, Oregon, and Michigan. All three of you are at 7-1.
Yep.
So between you and Oregon, who goes? Because you would have the head-to-head against Ohio State.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think it would still be, I believe it'll still be Oregon because they have a better overall record.
I just looked it up and it doesn't say anything about overall record.
Really?
Here's what the Google Foo says. It says if there's a tie, the tiebreaker it starts with head-to-head results, followed by common opponents, and then combined conference win percentage of their opponents. So you'd have to look at like your opponent's win records. So I'm just saying there's a chance that if you beat Ohio State,
dude,
you could sneak into the Big Ten Conference Championship.
Look here.
Yeah.
If that happens,
you're gonna be. I'm not even gonna be able to do this podcast with you anymore.
Well, no. I would still be a reasonable, Michigan fan. Like I'm level headed. You know what I mean? Like no, look again. We haven't been that impressive at all. Like this whole entire season, I have not been impressed. There's nothing about this season that has given me confidence going into the bowl season, nor the next college season. Like there's nothing. Like Bryce Underwood has not impressed me enough. The defense, I knew they were going to be a work in progress because of all the talent that left for the NFL. The offensive line, again, same thing. So, and then our running backs, which has been the highlight of the offense the entire year, both of them are hurt. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. And the play calling is struck all the year. So
you know me, I love chaos.
So now you're cheering for chaos now?
Oh yeah. That's why I love college football because that's where most of the chaos happens. When it comes to football.
So are you?
My perfect scenario is Michigan beats Ohio State, gets to the conference championship, beats Indiana,
and
then makes the playoffs.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, dude! Damn. Don't do that. You warming my heart right now. This is probably the nicest.
My gosh!
This is probably the nicest thing you ever said in the history of this show.
Hey man, that would be a hell of a story.
That would be. It very much would be. Hell, if that happens, Jerome Moore might be coach of the year. If that happens, honestly, like all these undefeated. Well, I mean, there's not that many undefeated teams out there left. But if we took out both of them,
you would have taken out two. You would have taken out 2 of the last 3.
Oh my God, it would be man. Look,
now I'm giving you hope.
Yeah, I know.
Hope.
Yeah,
you can tell he's fighting it.
We're trying to keep it cool, man. You keep throwing this out there, man.
You trying to keep that hope in check.
Hey, I do. I need to calm that down. Look, all I want is a good game. I don't want an embarrassing game next week. I don't want to, a beat the traffic situation. I don't want that. Just hang tough. Bryce, look, there's gonna be a lot of pressure on your hands. Just navigate it as best you can. And Sharon Moore, don't call a scaredy pants conservative ass game. Don't do it because Ohio State is definitely not going to do it this time. So that's all I got on that.
Good luck to the Wolverines, man. I'm gonna be pulling for you because I don't think there's a team I hate more in this world than Ohio State. So
nice.
I
think there's a consensus on this show. I think all of us, all 5 of us, since Monster's not here, I think all of us, we all unite together and say we all hate Ohio State.
Brian Kelly. I was going to say there's 2 things that are consistent with this show. Brian Kelly hate in Ohio State.
Yeah.
That bum.
All right. Well, that's it for me on college football today, guys.
Colorado's AD, he left the program. So,
Yeah, I saw that. I
yeah, I
think he
don't know what
took a
that means
bullet
for
for. I think he took a bullet for Coach Prime. That's probably why.
you think so?
Yeah,
Or will it signal the end of Coach Prime there?
I think this is probably like the one thing that he can do to kind of give him another year at least.
Mm,
I don't know. I'm just
yeah.
speculating. I don't have any.
Or somebody's head had to roll, and they don't want to lose Coach Prime, so
Yeah.
Mm,
Because if
they
you
had to
think
do.
about it, man, as far as like the money to be able to get these top recruits, they could barely get the money together for Coach Prime,
right.
and he has a staff, that probably is getting paid nearly enough. So I
We
just,
need to
Yeah.
get Colorado need to get its booster money up, man.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
No,
I
what
mean,
he needs to do is pack his Louis bags and take it to Florida,
mm,
you know, and bring Juju Lewis with. He poached him from USC, right? Juju was committed to USC, and then he flipped for Colorado because of Shador Sanders.
mm,
But yeah, Dion needs to get out of Colorado. He's not gonna. They're not gonna win a chip in Colorado. I could be wrong
no,
though.
no. Even if they could be like a conference champion, it'll be cool for them, but I don't think they're anywhere close.
Yeah.
Oh, but congrats to James Franklin. He's over at hey, if you're gonna
Virginia
go to
Tech.
a if you're gonna go to a conference that where you don't have to worry about big games, you can go to
Oh
ACC.
yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
that's good. That's good on him. That's a
Yep.
smart choice.
Yep. Safe choice. He was like, I can go here and win. Hell yeah, give me. I'll stay over here.
Yeah.
And you only got to compete with Dabo.
Nope.
Shit. You ain't worried about Bill Belichick.
No, no, there's no worries there. All right. Okay. Do we want to get back? We want to get
All
back
right.
into
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So let's do some NBA stuff.
All right. So we're in the week 4, or we just completed week 4 of the NBA season, and we're gonna do a little Texas 2-step with our Texas NBA teams. Right now, the best of the week was the Rockets. They finished. They went 3-0 on the week. They beat Washington, Portland, and Orlando. Then the Spurs. The Spurs they went 2-2 on the week, where they beat Chicago, they beat Sacramento, but then they lost both times. They both lost twice to Golden State, and both times, like Steph Curry put up, I think 40 plus in each game. So it was, despite what Wemby was doing, like when the chef get cooking, there's nothing much you can do. If you're 7'5" or
Yeah.
not, doesn't even matter.
Old man sniper said,
Yeah,
"Look,
yeah.
I'm not done
Well,
yet."
hey,
Mhm.
that's the last thing to go. That's the last thing to
Yeah.
go. At age is if you're a shooter, you can last a long time. So
Yep.
that
Just
that's
go to
that,
your
that's
spot and pop.
that's right. And of course, the Mavs, poor Mavs, they're 1-3, and the only win they got this week was against Portland, and so it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for the Mavs. On a different note, and one thing about the Spurs too, right now, both Wemby and Stephon Castle are injured right now, so they're going to be out for at least a couple weeks. And
In
they
quotes.
still, they're
Injured
still
in
putting in work.
quotes.
Yeah. What? Oh, okay. You think? I don't know. I don't know. Well, first of all, when I hear Wemby and I hear calf injury, I look. I'll take a lot of caution on that too, because the
I,
recent history of the NBA, when people have calf injuries, that's normally followed up by something else. So
that's
I
true.
understand.
That's true.
I
And I
understand.
don't have any evidence to say that it's not a calf, but I
Right.
do think that's probably their way to also rest their players. And with Wemby, you don't want him to play a full season because that's how like Yao Ming got worn down. You know what I mean? When they're
Right.
that tall, yeah, you wanna manage that.
Right. But the problem now is the requirements, the amount of games that you have to play in order to qualify for awards, which also translates to the max amount of money that you can qualify for when your contract is up. So
Yeah,
that's a pretty significant thing, especially for somebody like Wemby, because he already lost out Defensive Player of the Year twice because of that. So
that's true. Good point.
yeah, but even so far, since we're later in the week on this pod, they won 2 straight against Memphis and Atlanta. So I mean, I think they got Phoenix tomorrow. So So they're still doing okay, even without their big dogs. So that's a pretty encouraging sign for a team like them. Something that will make Wu Pig a little bit happy. The Lakers, they went 3-1 in week 4. They won against Charlotte, the Pelicans, and Milwaukee, but they did take an L. They took a huge L against the number 1 team in the league and the Oklahoma City Thunder by 30 points. Now, I'm going to pause right here, and I want to allow Wu Pig to possibly give an explanation as to why their newest acquisition that they said will take them over the top, which was DeAndre Ayton, in that game only had 6 points. Can you explain that, Wu Pig?
Yeah, it's simple. It's the Oklahoma City Thunder, man, or it's the yeah, they are brutal. They could potentially this year get the record for most wins in a single season because they're on pace for that right now. That like I said before last time, they're going to be a problem for a long time. The only hope for the rest of the Western League is that all their players just become too expensive for Oklahoma City to keep them under the second Abram. But right now they're all young and on their first contract. So SGA is ridiculous. And
they don't even have their best. They don't even have their second best player. Jamal Williams? They don't have him. He's still hurt.
Yeah.
And they're still doing this. Like it's
crazy.
It's madness.
Plus they got their big man with Chet or whatever his name is. Yeah,
Chet Holmgren. Yep.
Yeah, he's freaking ridiculous. Like they're a problem, man. They're what's the record? 16-1, something like that.
They are currently 16-1. Yeah.
Yeah. So
so.
It's when I saw that loss, I just was like, okay, whatever. We got to fit. We got to. The whole league has the entire season to figure out how to deal with OKC. So
at least for the next 3 years,
man.
Yeah. So somebody's gonna have to figure out how to beat them going forward because right now they're looking brutal. So, but my Lakers are looking good, man. 11-4, third in the West.
Yeah.
The last game we finally had LeBron James come back. He had his season debut.
Oh my Jesus! Okay.
And it was a fantastic game. We won 140-126.
Who'd you play, Wu Pig?
We played the Jazz. It was a warm-up game, but LeBron James had 11 points, 12 assists, and I was talking about it before. If this is the role that he plans on doing, he would be the third player. He would slot right in there behind Luka and Austin Reeves, which Luka had 37 and 10. Austin Reeves had 26 and 5. LeBron James had 11 and 12 assists. And then DeAndre Ayton has 20 points and 14 rebounds in that game. And to date, DeAndre Ayton, speaking of him, he's averaging 16.5 points and 8.8 rebounds. So maybe he needs to get his rebounds up just a little bit, but with what he's averaging so far, Ayton's looking good, man. He might be our answer to our big man. The Lakers haven't had a true, really good big man since the bubble year. And even then, we didn't have a big man. We had 2 old big men that split time. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with Ayton. I know you're hating on him, but he's got 3 players. He's got 3 players that are supremely good at being lob threats, at getting the ball to Ayton, where like all year, Ayton could go an entire year averaging 20 and 10 and never once having to bounce the ball. He never has to dribble. He just has to catch and shoot, catch and dunk, lob threat. That's it. All year long. So
oh my goodness. Okay.
So and his stats should get better and better as the season goes along. His biggest thing is not refining his game, it's learning Luka's and learning Austin Reeves and learning LeBron's. Learning what their ticks are. If they go left, this is what he's going to do. If he goes right, this is what he's going to do. This is where I need to be on the floor to catch the pass to make to score. So I'm really pleased with DeAndre Ayton, and I think he's loving because he's never been on a team like this. He's never been on a team where he's got 3 people feeding him the ball. as a first round pick, he's always expected to, make his own offense. And this is one of the few times where all he has to do is just be fed. And he's got 3 players that happily feed big men, especially Luka. Luka loves to feed the big men down on the block. So I'm really happy with the Lakers.
Don't
I
forget
think they're gonna do
that
well.
JJ is coaching his ass off too, though.
Oh God, yeah. I'm so happy with him as a coach. Yeah, I to all the Mavs fans out there, I feel for you guys, but thank you from the bottom of my heart. You, we were looking at an old LeBron James, and a lot of our picks are gone, just like yours are, and it was looking brutal. And out of nowhere, we got gifted, Luka Doncic. So it solidified us for the next couple of years. It's going to be some exciting times. I can't wait, man. It's going to be great. So,
Well,
I know you don't like a hater, but it is what it is.
Hey, all I know is Cisco is, he looks good when he wants to look good, and then I guess when certain competition comes around, he shrinks smaller than mini me. But look, I'll just put it like this here. Y'all can be all hyped up about this whole LeBron James thing. And it's fine. You played the Jazz. Congratulations. No, guess what? Who y'all play today? Oh, y'all play the Jazz. So whatever. All I know is all I can't wait for is LeBron James' birthday.
Why?
Why? Because on December 30th, guess what? Y'all get to play my Detroit Pistons. And I'm going to tell you right now. Now I'm going to talk some shit because we have a true center. Unlike y'all little Cisco over there, we got a grown man in Jalen Duren. And I guarantee you, he will not have the type of game you're talking about. Like a 2010. No, that will not happen. I'll put a lunch on that.
Jersey bet here. That's what I'm saying.
100%. I'll do it. I got that much faith in my squad.
Hey, okay. When it gets closer,
in LA too. It's in LA too.
All right. Well, when it gets closer to it, the podcast before that game, let's make a bet.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't go back on you now. You said you 100% on that Jersey bet. So
no, not a Jersey bet. Let's not do a Jersey bet. Let's do something a little bit less than that.
Hold on,
I'm not putting a Jersey bet on a regular season game. Are you out of your mind? No, ain't no way.
Oh boy.
Wait a minute.
You gotta say it with your chest, man. What you doing?
This is the NBA. For all I know, they'll sit our entire starting squad before that game. Who knows? So you can never tell with the NBA. So
I guess
that's why
fine.
you wait the night before and then you do the Jersey bet.
No, okay.
Yeah, okay.
We'll make a bet. We'll make it interesting, but
yeah, definitely. It definitely deserves it. I'll tell you that. Because this is just a lot of too much optimism over a guy on his third team, and now he only been there a week, and all of a sudden he wants to bleach his hair like he's like I don't know, like he's the second coming of Dennis Rodman or something. I don't understand it.
Hey man, he's just getting in with the groove, man. He's we got a whole new Laker culture building.
There's a lot of there's some trends, there's some Los Angeles trends that you can deal with, and there's others that you should avoid. That right there, I don't know.
You got a lot of white chocolate in LA, man. They know what they're doing.
Hey, the Nabisco brothers, man.
Okay.
They know what they're doing.
So that makes you want to bleach his hair? Come on, man. Like, and then it's like the color that he chose. I'm like, bro, like who's your stylist, man? Like, get out of here, bro.
Now, if there's anything that's got me to pause in my excitement for the Lakers, it would be what happened this week. Did you guys see what happened with Jeannie Buss and the Buss brothers?
Hey, good. Hey, good for her, man. Good for her. Get him up out of there, dude.
so I'll say this: Jeannie's already fired most of the family out of the front office. Like her older brother, her older brother was a GM.
Yeah, Jim Buss was.
But here's the thing. He fired the two brothers that they fired were in charge of scouting, the scouting team. And we've been fairly successful when scouting and drafting. If you look at some of the talent that we've picked up. So Of all of the Buss family, the scouting department was the most effective, and they were well regarded around the league as being a very effective scouting squad. So I personally think that this was more of a political move. I think the new leadership went to Jeannie Buss and said, "Look, this ain't a family-run business no more. We'll leave you as president and CEO, but the rest of your family's got to go." And so she fired the entire scouting department, the whole thing, and and before the draft. It's like you would think they would wait until after the draft to do a move like that,
So they
but
kept it under wraps for this long?
what are you talking about? No, I mean, they
Yeah,
got fired this week.
okay. Yeah, well, you said before the draft, but it's like the draft
Well, I
is
mean,
like
like, well, I know the draft's a while from now, but they start doing that stuff now. Now instead
yeah,
now
yeah,
instead of
yeah,
your
yeah,
now
yeah,
instead of your scouting team looking at players in
right.
college
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now,
yeah,
instead you're trying to hire new people. So
yeah. Hmm.
Yeah,
it's
and it's
it seems
early
like
in the college basketball season too, though, so they still have time to scout.
I guess it's just an odd move to me
Yeah,
when
I'd agree.
again, they were one of the more effective family members in the Lakers organization as far as, the Buss family. So, it certainly wasn't because of a lack of results if you look at the people that they've acquired over the years. And also it was like, one brother was in charge of the scouting and the other was in charge of the G League. And the G League for the Lakers has also been very successful. So, I
Mm.
it had to be a political move, which makes me nervous because you're taking 2 brothers that were very effective at what they were doing and replacing them with who? I don't know. Now this is the same group that owns the Dodgers. They know what they're
Yes.
doing,
Yeah,
obviously, so
yeah,
maybe they've got people in mind that are just gonna, kill it. So
yeah.
we'll see how it happens, but that definitely made me nervous for sure.
So on another note, what is Bronny looking like this year? He looking pretty good?
He
No.
look he looking like a top tier bench player.
Oh,
Well,
man.
he's back in he's been sent back down to the G League, so that should tell
Yeah.
you everything you need to know.
Last I knew, he had like a 20-point game a few weeks back, or maybe that was in the preseason.
I think that was a
Um,
preseason game because
yeah.
I think the most points he scored in a game in a regular season game, I think it's 8, I think.
Yeah,
So,
okay, he gets a lot of hate. He's not bad. From where for the position that he was drafted, he's exactly on pace with what he should be. He was a late second round pick, and most late second round picks are bench players and two-way players. So it's not like he's underperforming, but he's certainly not overperforming. The problem is that he's LeBron James' son. And so everyone automatically expects him to be the next LeBron James, or they hate him because of his father and want nothing more than for him to desperately fail. And he's not been terrible. He's not been fantastic. He's just a guy. So, I've got no feelings either way. If he succeeds, great. We got a decent bench player. If he doesn't succeed, oh well, we used a late round second pick on him. And it allowed us to keep LeBron James on the team for the next 3 to 4 years. So, okay, that's well worth a second round pick. So, that's my opinion on Bronny.
well, all I'll say is I think the acquisition of Marcus Smart I think that was the death knell for Bronny because,
Yeah,
and to be
good
honest,
part.
Yeah.
and, it I know you talked about it a little bit as far as the scouting goes, but here's the problem. Dalton Connect, which was your first round pick that season, along with Bronny James, those 2 combined have not fared well. So that doesn't help like the Bus brothers who responsible for the scouting reports on those 2 guys. That doesn't help that much, which in turn forced them to bring in somebody like Marcus Smart. And 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 Gabe Vincent hasn't been a great acquisition either. So, I think it's a little here and there on that, and again, I think it just further stunts Bronny's growth for him to expand his game a little bit. Because at first, like the first couple of weeks, he was actually getting some minutes. I was like, oh, okay, so I guess they have a plan for him to get more into potentially moving up the roster, but nope. It was like
the irony of all ironies, the reason he was moved back to the G League was because LeBron James came back from injury and took his spot.
oh, well,
Yeah.
hey.
So
well,
yeah, you got sent back to the G League because your dad took your spot. That's
And you weren't better than anybody else in the other spots. So
yeah,
you got it
yeah, exactly.
at
Yep.
this moment in time.
Yeah. Hey, as far as the 2-0 show goes, we don't wish on anybody's downfall here.
I like
know.
Bronny James. Here's what I like about Bronny James is he could have been the most egotistical nepo baby ever. But from everything I've seen about that young man, he says the right things, he does the right things, he's a hard worker, he gives up the ball, he's a pass first player. He seems like an outstanding young man. So I, of course, do not want anything bad to happen for him because he could have been a complete and total and he didn't turn out that way. So shout out to LeBron for raising a good kid and for him, keeping his head on straight. So that's my opinion on him.
Yeah, it's and to your point, it's not his fault the attention that he gets. It's not his fault.
No.
And he does take it very well. And I just all I know is like especially when it comes to superstars, offspring, you don't want to be the direct descendant because most times it's not good. It's not a good deal, right?
Yeah, I mean, at least Bronny James isn't out there snorting and making a fool of himself.
He's trying his best. He's trying to forge his own name and stuff like that. But that's hard to do with somebody like when your dad is on the for most people on a Mount Rushmore and stuff. But honestly, I feel like and I haven't checked in on this, but I think Bryce might be the basketball prodigy of the two. I think much like how LaMelo and Lonzo. Like Lonzo was brought up to be, he thought he was going to be the second coming. It turned out that LaMelo was the better of the two. So.
Well, but the brothers all said the little brother was better than they were. All of them. I remember every interview they gave. They said, "You think I'm bad?" Well, he's like, "Wait for my little brother."
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, but
so who's the best father son in the NBA? Would it be the Currys?
100%. Yes.
Yeah, and then I would say Carmelo Anthony and Keenan Anthony. Keenan is looking. Is that Keenan, right? I think that's his name.
Yeah, Keenan. Yeah, but
Keenan
he hasn't
looks
made
pretty
the NBA
good,
yet.
man.
Yeah,
he hasn't, but he looks good, boy. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
So,
and Carlos Boozer's son too. I've seen him. He looks really good too. I just hate the fact he plays for Duke, but that's neither here or there. But before we wrap up this segment, I just want to give a shout out to my Detroit Pistons. They're still from our last discussion, they still have not lost a game. They are 13 or actually they just won tonight, so they're 14-2. And they beat Milwaukee tonight. They won games against Washington, Chicago, and Philly. Actually, they beat Philly twice, which is why the NFL team beat our ass. But beside that, the thing that surprised me about them this season is I think this may be the deepest team that I've ever seen of all my years of watching Pistons basketball. I never thought that we could actually go 10, 11 deep, but I think we can. We blew out Philly twice, and of those games, Kate Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, Asar Thompson did not play in those games. So it was just straight G League guys, and we were still like beating the smack out of them, and they were playing their full squad. So I am very, very surprised by what we're doing right now. They're playing defense like very, very well, and their numbers are speaking as such. So I think we're going to be definitely going to be a player in the East, most definitely. But I thought about that anyway. I just didn't think we'll be number one team in the East like this. But they've definitely been doing well, and I hope it just keeps up because we definitely need it after all the years of misery that we had. So shout out to them.
Yeah. They're looking fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, and you would hope after a decade of lottery picks that would be the case, right?
And I'm guessing Joe Dumars is no longer there, huh?
Oh no, he and Troy Weaver are ruining the New Orleans Pelicans as we speak. So yeah, they're way out of town. That's a totally different story. Like that's man, that's a rough scenario going down there. But Woo Pig, Thank you for pointing that out. Yes, we've had multiple draft picks. Some of which the NBA didn't, they didn't shine our way like they should have because we actually earned the number 1 overall pick and didn't receive it, and we didn't even get top 3 in those years. So, thank you for reminding that for bringing that back again.
Yeah,
Wemby should have been a Piston. Thank you. Let's move
no,
on.
hey, I was being facetious. I was trying to, poke you a little, but to be honest, there are a whole lot of teams that have had a decade of lottery picks that are still in the toilet because they don't know how to draft right. So, shout out to the Pistons for at least drafting, talent. So,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah. And sticking the course because, we've gone through multiple draft picks, multiple coaches. Like we had to pay. We paid a dude $80 million to not coach us. So we've.
That's brutal.
Yeah, it is what it is. But I don't have anything else. There's no other big news in the NBA world this week outside the injuries that we talked about. But yeah, that's about it.
All right.